ya. Ngapur lawan ngapur. Barang apa itu?
Mantap guys.
So here we are then, back at the National Stadium, Singapore. It's the very final match of the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020, the second leg final between Thailand and Indonesia. Thailand, we know, of course, have got that 4-0 lead from the first leg and have looked hugely impressive, and that's why their fans are in raptures that their country is on the verge, they would feel, or at least one hand on the trophy,
Indonesia penontonnya
for
mana
the
nih?
record extending 6th time. 6 times, by the way, is the number of occasions Indonesia have found themselves in the final, including this one, and the 5 times previous, they have come away empty-handed. As of now, it looks like history, unfortunately, could well repeat itself. There's been lots of fighting talk, of course, as you can imagine, from the Indonesians, that they are still in this, and of course, they still are. 90 minutes to get 4 goals, 4 unanswered goals, to force at least extra time, and that is what they are fighting for. The AFF Suzuki Cup, which has gotten a lot of attention right now as well, it would appear, as we look at the two teams in the tunnel, and they know the task at hand. We had some breaking news just before we came on air, and that was 4 Indonesian players, unfortunately, have been excluded from this match because they broke COVID protocols. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but that would be hugely disappointing to the Indonesian camp, given the task at hand. But the rest of these players know they have to give it their absolute best and most to try somehow to stop this Thai team that has really captured the imagination. So good going forward, sturdy and steadfast at the back, and encapsulated by no one less than their captain, Chanatip Songkrasin, who is surely the leading contender for MVP. But don't take my word for it, let's hear from the experts. Rich Rocherai, next to me here, who's been certainly
bukannya dia tentunya yang ini leg 2.
It's been a fantastic tournament overall, but here we are now, the second leg. How do you feel this will go?
It really has been a great competition, and here we are. I mean, Thailand with such a commanding position to be in, 4 thumbs up from the first leg. Wonderful performance in that first leg. So controlled, so dominant, and it's rare in major finals to be in such a position, right? To grab 4 goals for the first leg. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere in a
Kalau
final.
5-0 dia
So if Indonesia were to
menang kan,
somehow,
iya.
I know the probabilities are very low, but if they
Ini
were
mah
to
udah pas
somehow
kalah.
pull themselves back into this tie,
Kecuali
ini menang bisa kan?
kecuali Suwatsa mau dijemput.
Only one team
Gue kenal
has
kan,
ever won the
gue
AFF
nonton
Suzuki
dulu.
Cup, having lost the first leg, and that was Thailand against Indonesia, by the way, ironically, and that was in 2016. Can history repeat itself? We'll have to wait and see. In a short while, the match gets underway.
Kecap. Kosong ya 6-1 lah. Ya kebiasaan si Egi nggak dimainin babak 2. Ini dia mainnya. Ayo jangan ini, jangan berdebar-debar hatinya. Santai aja, santai. Gak usah dipikirin rakyat mah. Enggak netizennya. Dia kan kalau mikirin netizen begitu mainnya. Jadi ini yang serba salah. Oh ini sekarang udah bareng. Udah.
Around the stadium 4 hours ago, and there were already a lot of Indonesian fans. They are up for it today, but they've got their work cut out for them. When you look at the lineups, Thailand make 5 changes from the side that won that first leg. Hawking has restored many of what some would consider his first 11, or close enough as it were. Returns from suspension. He is at left back. Howie will come into centre back after the injury to
Berapa duit lah?
Itiwak, who've been fairly regular, Tristan Doe and Biratep, as I mentioned earlier. Elias Dola had that injury and came off in the first leg. Lots and lots of options though for Thailand, that's for sure. The 2 skippers here, Chanat, we mentioned earlier on, and to the right, Asnawi. We promised a house. If he can win this, probably different China will come from. They can perform something pretty outstanding this evening, and they'll have to do it with these players here. 3 changes made by Shin Tae-yong. There was lots of speculation as to whether Egi Maulana would start today. The answer is yes. Pratama returns from suspension, and the very pacey forward Ramai Rumakek also gets a starting place today. Looking at their formation, they are going with the 4-2-3-1. Rumakek, as we said, Ramai Rumakek on that left-hand side. Dedik Setiawan is still the preferred forward. And as we mentioned, the rather bizarre news that 4 players broke protocols and have not been included today. Rizky Ramadani was one of them, Alkan Baggett another. In fact, there were 2 Rizkys involved as well, and Victor Ikonefo was the 4th player. Edo Febriansha is on the bench, along with Irfan Jaya, who will be quite the impact player, I'm sure, if he's called upon. There are the 2 coaches. It's been relatively well-intentioned, the press conferences between the 2 in the run-up to this final. And a moment of remembrance now for family, friends and colleagues, every person who has passed on due to COVID-19. Remember, of course, in the backdrop of COVID-19, this tournament was postponed twice, but in the grander scheme of things, of course, there is still important to remember we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Faisal Al-Ali, the man in charge here from Jordan. Rish Roshan Rai, your thoughts on that lineup, on those lineups?
I'm enjoying this count. No, actually 3-2-1 before kickoff of the second leg. Yeah, looking at those lineups, I think with Indonesia here, it looks like a pretty attacking lineup, which you'd expect being 4 goals down. Obviously looking to try and start with a very quick tempo early on. It almost will be a 4-1-4-1, I think, at times, with Ricky Capuaya and Witan Sulaiman allowed to get forward in support of Dedik Setiawan, especially when Indonesia are in possession of the ball. Egy Maulana, Ramai Rumakiek, Egy Maulana playing on that right-hand side. Will be allowed to drift in onto his left foot. Ramai Rumakiek, same playing as those inverted wingers in those wider positions for this Indonesian team. For Thailand, I mean, it's still an incredibly strong lineup. We've seen the strength of their squad throughout this competition. When you look at Chanatim in there, Tirasin, Bodin, 3 players who I thought were brilliant in the first leg, and Supachok, who was the man of the match, deservedly so.
Brilliant, yeah. Someone who, if not for Chanatim's goals, might well be considering himself a contender for MVP. Remember, you need to score 4 goals minimum, 4 unanswered goals. Indonesians to stand any chance of seeing this through and potentially grabbing their first ever AFF Suzuki Cup. There's Tiraton brought back into the side after his suspension was complete. That is a delightful ball into the park. Nothing doing. The danger isn't over. No, Tiraton from Bordin. Chanatim can't get there. Narubadin puts a cross in. It'll be a corner. Feels like it's the first leg again.
Yeah, you know, one of the great things about this Thai team is how they've started off matches, and here, just here, a bit of contact there behind. Astawi is on the wrong side of Bodin. He's bearing down on goal. I don't think there's enough to give a penalty there.
Here's Tiraton on the right-hand side. Oh, he was getting involved. And now the counter. This is where Indonesia can be dangerous. Egy Maulana, goal here. Would like the stadium up. Witan Sulaiman. Back to Egy. Best of passes for Rahmat, but it's still with Indonesia. Asnawi. If they want to stand a chance, an early goal would really help their cause. There's that fine balance, isn't there, Roshan, of trying to go forward and force the issue, but not leaving yourself too exposed, because you know how dangerous the Thais are.
Well, that's right, and sort of trying to find that balance in the team, in the situation that they find themselves in. You see that issue there. They haven't been comfortable in possession when they've been pressed by Thailand. We saw that in the first leg where Indonesia were giving the ball away very easily, unaccustomed to the pace that Thailand want to play the game at.
2 not so great passes from Rahmat Irianto, and much has been made of the fact that his father was also an Indonesian international and played in the AFF Suzuki Cup final. It's back in 2002, and that was also against Thailand, by the way, and that's one of the more painful losses for Indonesia. They had to go to penalties in that one. His father missed a penalty in the shootout, and he got one better today. At the moment, it looks a very difficult task for Rahmat and co. To Narubadin. Supachok. Brought down, he looks at the referee, arms stretched out, he's not interested. Pratama, so good to have him back inside on left hand. They looked a little bit vulnerable, didn't they? Particularly in the first 15 minutes on that Indonesian left-hand side, the Thai right.
That's right, they did, and it wasn't just on the defensive front, you know, going forward he offers a lot, and they didn't really have that outlet on the left-hand side in the first leg. They tried to change it up in the second. Alfiandra going to play out at left back. And while Alfiandra has been one of the outstanding Indonesian players for me. I don't think he was very effective in that position. A bit unfair on him. Obviously, he's going to try and do his best for the team, but it wasn't very effective.
Great work there from Asnawi. Pass forward in. Here's Witan Sulaiman.
That's another player, Witan Sulaiman, who just got crowded out in that first leg and didn't have any impact at all because Thailand was so determined to get players around him as quickly as they possibly could. And again, just there, the 3 Thai players around him. On this occasion, he kept the ball really well with Tan. We spoke about development earlier and how these young Indonesian players playing in a big final for perhaps the first time at international level of this in these sort of conditions against a very experienced Thai team.
That's a good throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sulaiman. Inside of a strong, it is going to be a corner.
Again, that added tactical value that Pratama Arhan brings to this Indonesian side with those long throws in behind.
Which was
Just
waiting.
see the contact here.
No, there's more contact here, isn't there?
It's
Than the other
actually,
one.
it's come off, it looks like it's come off with that, so I don't understand how that's a corner. And it looks like he was actually bumped in from behind by Kritzada.
Not enough for a penalty though, right?
I don't think so, but I don't think it's a corner
Corner
either.
either,
It's
yeah.
come off with that lad. Anyway,
On the header. Here is Jonathan. Clearance by Narubadin. So they keep up this pressure. Here's Ramai. Who's got the pace, Ramai? Lovely turn from Witan Sulaiman. Ricky Kambuaya! He slipped there!
Ricky Kambuaya has struck early here.
And has that given them just a little bit of hope? Oh, that will give them a lot of hope. Still a long way to go, but what a start for Indonesia.
Love the work from Rumakek. Down this left-hand side, keeps his composure, and wonderful what Witan Sulaiman does there. He hangs on to the ball under pressure. We didn't see enough of that from him in the first leg. Taking on the responsibility, holding on to it. And then Kambuaya, all he can do really is try and drive that through the sea of legs and test the goalkeeper, keep it on target. And he tested Siwarak, who on this occasion wasn't up to this challenge. It's a bad mistake from an experienced goalkeeper, but Indonesia won't care. Look at the defenders it's gone through. That's poor goalkeeping. Doesn't get behind the ball at all. Just takes his eye off it, perhaps careless from Siwarak.
Only the second goal that Thailand have conceded in this tournament. Ball is given away. Here comes Tirisa Dunga. Can they hit back immediately? Mario's there away. And the resulting shot is then blocked for a corner though.
He's been great, Nadio.
Tiga
Good
lagi.
goal for Indonesia. Again, he had to be strong with that. He kept the shot out.
Mantap ya.
This is
Yeah.
square stuff early on. A perfect start for Indonesia, Wilson. This is what not only the
Masuk,
Indonesian,
Bang,
the
Bang.
neutrals
Masuk,
want to see.
This is great. This is great for the final. I know it's not great for Thai fans out there, but the atmosphere around the stadium has been brilliant, even before kickoff. Absolutely. And from the Indonesian fans as well, a credit to them. They were loud, they were lively.
Tanawat, surely brought down. Rahmat went in hard. Everyone's blood is pumped up at the moment, isn't it?
Lovely work from Tanawat. It is a foul. He gets a second challenge in as well.
Follow-up could have been from Didik. Again, pretty much dead centre. You know, there's one player certainly going to fancy his chances, and he's right on the ball.
Remember the first leg when there were a couple of really good positions for Thailand for the free kicks. They've got another great position here, and this time they've got the specialist on.
Magic wand of a left foot for Tiraton. They will have been watching, I'm sure, his videos, Wilson, and anticipation of what he wants to do, what he does with his free kicks.
Yeah, that was a great angle that we had, a camera angle that we had earlier on of the position of the wall. And when I actually saw that, I thought, I think there's going to be a need of a bit of adjustment, and he has adjusted it, Nadeo. He has, because they were far too wide there, so we had to step across and had another look. He's adjusted it.
Is he hedging a bit? He's very central, isn't he? Let's see. Wall does its job, and listen to that. That's getting applauded by the crowd. Big time. Jonathan. Well defended. And there you go, he's just gesturing to his players, calm it down, bulking. How's he feeling about things at the moment? He's wearing his lucky clothes at the moment.
Well, for Indonesia, it's about goal, use the momentum. For Thailand, again, the experience needs to come in. Lots of experienced heads need to keep their composure, try and slow it down where they can. If in situations, in these set pieces, they can kill it off, go and do it, sure.
We'll get another corner. Tirsin appealed immediately. Well, this is the best possible way you can respond, short of scoring an actual equaliser.
Yeah, pressure's on. Thailand, good response from them. Again, it's Tirsin making a nuisance of himself. And just has taken a touch, perhaps.
Well, there'll be another almighty roar from the Indonesians if they defend this one well, get it away. By the way, just to let you know that we've got Witan Sulaiman and Ramai right on the halfway line. If anything should come their way. Loose ball. Oh, that was beautiful, wasn't it, from Superchop, but it grazes the crossbar on the outside of his boot.
Clever from Superchop. Comes into him quickly, and he can't really sort of readjust his body in those positions. You need to take these attempts quickly. He's still got the time to take a first touch. He's just trying to curl it into the top corner with the outside of his boot. Fortunately for Indonesia, it's come off the crossbar.
He's certainly someone, Russian, that you have pinpointed as you'd love to see him venture out of Thailand, perhaps into the likes of Japanese and Korean leagues, maybe further afield.
Yeah, and I think, you know, he's one of those who's ready to move on, Superchop. We've seen evidence of that, I think, over the last couple of years, and certainly in this competition. And that really is the key for Southeast Asian players, and it's something that observers of Southeast Asian football, it's not something groundbreaking to say that Southeast Asian players need to go out and get out of their comfort zone and take the next step, try to play in a higher quality league. The ones that obviously have reached a certain level in the region are those players that I'm talking about.
The ball's been won back beautifully. Look, it's Ricky Kambuaya trying to slalom his way through. Kind of went down, didn't he? In front of Tiraton.
Strong challenges coming in on both sides. Ricky Kambuaya has got this ability in him to just run past. I think that's a foul. There should have been a free kick to Indonesia. And then Egy, strong with the follow-up challenge.
Shin Tae-yong said, "We will win the second leg." Didn't say by how many goals, or whether it would be enough to take them through to lifting the trophy. But he's given them this self-belief. He's maintained, even right after the defeat, and it was a disappointing game for Indonesia. Remember, they had two very, very good chances in that first leg. Yeah, he's Witan Sulaiman. Right on his own, he's got two players right on him. Now Tiraton.
You can sense that nervousness has gone out of this Indonesian team. They were so nervous in the first leg. They couldn't keep the ball under pressure, but suddenly they've got confidence now because they're in a situation where they can't really lose. If all goes down,
there's
no pressure.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the way. As they grow, as they develop, they should learn to play under that pressure.
Just got to keep their heads. There's some running in here. Back with Indonesia, Asnawi. cold-blooded so far. You couldn't ask for a better start to this match.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Kambuaya is really trying to single-handedly carry Indonesia forward. And he's, for me, been one of the best players in this Indonesian side as well. I know, talk about Witan, Nadeo, Pratama Arhan, Alfeandra. I'm now realizing I pretty much said the whole Indonesian team is the best.
Well, I think you pinpointed him in the first leg as the one who stood out for you when you were,
That's right.
surprised, even I dare say disappointed when he got yanked off, didn't you? Felt that he could have stayed on the
Yeah,
pitch
I was surprised that they took him off. Maybe there was a thinking that, you know,
for the second leg.
we would try to keep him fresh for the second leg. But look at how they're closing and pressing and harrying here, Indonesia. They're hungry for this. They believe now that they can get something out of this match. And for all those people out there who are saying, let's cancel the second leg, in jest, I'm sure, in jest.
There was a lot of that going on. Now, we
I'm not quite sure they feel the same way about that now.
absolutely. Glued to the screens, I'm sure. Here comes the Pratama Arhan special. With his long throws. They're usually flat as well. Plenty of pace on them. Maybe Milano got a little touch on. Now you're seeing Manu Polking there. He was just, again, gesturing to his players. Calm it down or slow it down. Both of them would work right now for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to take as much time as they possibly can on these restarts. And you just saw evidence of that. The ball went on play. None of the Thai players really went off the pitch to take it. Mano took his time, walked to the ball, kicked it onto the pitch. But that's the key. That's being professional in these situations.
Turaton's pass up top to Woodin has gone out of play. Catch a breath if you can. This is one of the few quieter moments in this match so far. 17 minutes have flown by in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final, the second leg. Indonesia have scored a goal through Ricky Kambuaya. They need 3 more unanswered goals just to force this final to go into extra time, but the early goal is precisely what they would have wanted. Only 2 goals that Thailand have scored, that Thailand have conceded so far, have come off errors at the back. One against the Philippines, Manuel Beer's header is not good enough. Slotted in by Reichelt. Here today, Siwadak. Some handling, poor handling in the shot. Chanatip has gone down, his boots off. He was in the press today, Roshan, talking about how players like him should be venturing out.
And he's absolutely right. Again, as his boot comes off there, you've seen his game step up to a different level, and you understand why, you know, what he's learned from his time in J1, how he's developed as a player over there on and off the pitch. Again, as I said, it's not really groundbreaking. I think to say Southeast Asian players, the ones who have outgrown the region, need to then take that next step.
What I thought was interesting in his comments was he's calling it a comfort zone.
And maybe perhaps for some players, they are in that comfort zone. But I don't think it's exclusively a Southeast Asian problem. I think it happens in various parts of the world. I think in West Asia you see it as well, with players not, you know, wanting to take that step into comfort zone. And you see it with English players as well. You know?
Yeah, happy to stay in England.
Happy to stay in England.
And connected with that, he's picked out a couple of things. One is they're probably getting a decent domestic salary. And secondly is the language, which is always an obstacle, isn't it? As we see another foul on Chanatip. Very good. And nicely done by Nadia. I think it just got everyone by surprise.
Yeah, Tanawa, it was with a bit of time and space. Everyone was still reorganizing themselves defensively. Gets the ball in space there. Nadeo, thankfully for Indonesia, was alert to the entire situation.
That's the kind of thing that would really upset Shintae-yong, wouldn't it? Gotta be alert. Don't want to be giving away a goal in those sort of circumstances. Tiraton go. Indonesia now. Didik Setiawan is trying to get that up to Witan Sulaiman. They've opted to keep those two on that halfway line, haven't they? Witan and Ramai. Just from the off chance.
Well, they need to. They're in a position where they need to take a few, I think more chances rather, more risk in this game. And just going back to the point about players going overseas, as we put it to us now, he was going to play in Korea, in K2. I know it's easy to say everyone should be going overseas and should all be testing themselves at a higher level. Where's the ambition, this, that, and the other. We also have to remember that we don't know what these players' personal stories are. How many people they're taking care of back home. And if they're making a good salary there, then you have to weigh that comes into it as well. Remember that players, you know, they have people to take care of. They've got families. As you see Super Chop, they're getting taken out.
Also, Roshan, you know, there's a lot of money they make outside through endorsements and all that kind of thing. See that chance again from Alfiandra. So being in that particular country helps part of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so I think that there's a lot that comes into it. Of course, from a sporting perspective, you want to see them step up and challenge themselves and go to the next level. But sometimes it isn't as easy as just that. It's never just one thing.
And for every Chanatik who has succeeded, and same with his teammate Tiraton, they both succeeded at foreign level. A number of them haven't as the ball comes in to the penalty area. Kambuaya tries to lead the counter-attack. Ramai is taken out there. Before that, referee's pointing to an earlier offence in the build-up.
Well, the first ball that came in from the first free kick, Bodin Pala was making that run into the box. And you just wonder again if that Indonesian defence had just fallen asleep for a second, because he was in acres of space. If he'd gotten the right touch, was able to turn and face goal, then Indonesia could have been in trouble. But again, on the counter-attack, you see the threat that they pose, especially with Rumakek and the pace and directness of his running, causing a few issues for Pawi. He's able to skip past that challenge and then a leg out from Pawi, taking him down.
They're not enjoying the pace coming at them at the moment, Roshan, the Thais. Perhaps we didn't see enough of that from the Indonesians in that first leg. Only in little flashes where they did cause a few problems, not many.
Yeah, but as I said earlier, they're looking a lot more confident. Again, you think about the story around the game. 4 goals down, second leg of the final. Give it everything we've got. It's our last game here. We've got nothing to lose. Nobody really expects us to catch up to Thailand in terms of the aggregate scores. And maybe the trophy being out there has given them a bit of inspiration as well.
Thailand would have felt they have one hand on that already. They certainly don't want to be using Ramai, who's going to get on that stretcher, and Indonesian fans will be hoping he'll leap off it very quickly. Shintaeyong right on, well, actually outside of his technical area at the moment. Having words with Alfiana Dewanga. But these guys right now, just that belief, I think that's more important than anything else right now, the belief that's coursing through the veins of Indonesian fans. Remember, they have had 2 occasions here at the National Stadium in this tournament where they've managed to score 4 goals. 4 against Malaysia, 4 against Singapore. Very different circumstances, of course. They've got 3 to go. Asnawi. He's done well. Taken away a little too easy by Didik. Ramai is ready to come back on. But at the moment, the ball's with Supachok. Looking for Bodin. He's his way into the area. Rather Tirasin.
Well, a really difficult ball for him to do anything with, Tirasin. How far away he was from goal there. Just
knew that he needed to put in a challenge on Fakhruddin. Another one who I was surprised to see taken off at half-time in that first leg, to be replaced by Baggett, who I think has been that impressive. Welcome, Baggett.
Your thoughts on players breaking protocols and now not being available for the final?
I think that's a disgraceful mistake to make, and it almost, it's a lack of respect for your teammates and for the squad as a whole. When everyone's together in camp, everyone is living in that bubble, everyone's working towards that common goal. For you to say, you know what, I want to go out and have a bit of fun, it's disgraceful for me. And
even more so in a pandemic.
Yeah, and you're putting yourselves at risk, you're putting other people at risk. See Eggy going down, and I think when you look at that, you say, yeah, young players, they make mistakes. Okay, maybe. But Victor Bonefo, what's he, like 36 years old?
Yeah, that's right. Veteran of their side. Rahman goes in solidly, wins the ball back. Lovely pass from Witan Sulaiman to Egy Maulana. As Indonesia come forward, slip through. Beautiful interplay between Egy and Witan. Thailand just about get that away.
Ini tangkap. Terus.
I think it's come off the chest of Sangat. But he's a bit all over the place at the moment, Thailand defensively.
Wonderful to see Witan Sulaiman and Egy Maulana there. Exchange of passes caused a few problems. The good news is Ramai is up and running. Looking pretty good. Flag just goes up on Supatok, who spent a lot of time looking across at the assistant there.
Moving it back into Janatip, he's looking right across the line there, Supatok. Really should be getting himself back into an onside position. Again, gaining a bit more territory here, pushing up the pitch. Indonesia with a longer pass forward.
Now that Pratama Arhan throw. Let's see if they can get something out of this. Low and flat is normally the key here. And that's exactly what we've got. It will be a corner. It's Bowie who got the final touch. He's been an interesting weapon of choice. Absolutely desperate to make amends for that early mistake. Off the near post, off the man on the near post there, just trying to get a touch on.
Bagi lagi. Belakang
Witan.
dong. Oke, cakep.
Fernando Vango gives it away.
Terus. Aduh.
No foul on Janatip. Here's Asnawi. Pratama Arhan. Turisin dropping deep here as well. Ricky Kambuaya. Now Egy Maulana. Indonesia trying to sustain this pressure. Supatok on his own. Going back by Asnawi. Felt he was fouled by Supatok.
Just stop playing for a second, Asnawi.
Without any whistle going.
Without any whistle going. Wanting the referee to blow whistle there. We're still looking to play the advantage, but Indonesia are first to every second ball at the moment.
Well, he wanted a quick ball in. Did Setiawan. It wasn't bad, was it?
Was able to actually find the head of Derek Setiawan. A little bit too high for him, though.
Yeah, again, lots of speculation Well, who would lead the line? Pretty even at the moment in terms of possession. Shots. Thailand at the moment in front on that one. But yeah, Shin Tae-yong was asked, why have you not used Egy Maulana more? Remember, he started, as we see, Vala. Still board in. Tanawat. Shin Tae-yong was saying that he had to just manage his players, their workloads, and that's why they want to put too much on Egy. And now people are calling for Ezra Walian. Before they were wondering why he started. It's never an easy job being a coach. It's satisfying all those fans.
It's almost as if everyone else knows better than you.
Here's Pratama Arhan.
And that's why when you're in the hot seat, you might as well make decisions that you want to make. At least if you lose a job, you can say, hey,
my way, hey?
It's my way.
Yeah, absolutely. Given away there by Bowie. Nerves there in the Thai defence this evening. Helped, of course, by that early goal for Indonesia. Himself had said he didn't think that this was done. He said he even cited some Champions League, UEFA Champions League comebacks, which I'm sure big football fans have all had at the back of their mind.
I'm gonna touch on that. Let's just see what happens here with this long throw, as the referee has a word with Egy and Bodin. He's been saying to these players every time there's a beat situation in the box, no hands, no hands. I'm watching, and then he says thank you. Very polite referee.
Pratama. Oh, that was an important touch there. Witan Sulaiman got a leg on it, but Bodenfala was in the way. He's gone in hard. He might get a booking here. Will indeed.
He's done really well. Kambuaya. Wonderful job that Kambuaya has done here. To touch it, zipped into him, sees that challenge coming. Touches the ball away, gets his body across. Boom, takes the contact. Well done.
Got a block earlier on. Bodenfala off Witan Sulaiman. Again, that throw.
Yeah, again that throw. Lynch didn't miss the first defender with the header. All sorts of issues in the box. Siwarak looking to analyze that wall after that nervy start. His mistake leading to the opener for Indonesia. Alfeandra. He's got wonderful technique.
Spectacular free kick here against Indonesia. Can they now dish out one of their own? Alfeandra standing over the ball. Chance here to make it 2 for Indonesia. 10 minutes or so before half-time. Chanatip is going to be the one. Reminds me of his namesake Messi J having to do that a few weeks ago. Wall does enough. It's out for a corner.
Yeah, good job done by the Wall. Facing down that free kick, and we see multi-millionaire footballers around the world turning their backs, turning away from free kicks when they're part of the Wall, which really gets to me. So far we've seen from these two sides, players in the Wall unafraid to take the hits, do their job.
A lot of players have put their bodies on the line, haven't they, in this competition? It's been great to see. Saraj. Will they go for a Pratama special here? Looks like they will.
He's got a bit more of a run-up area on this side of the pitch than he has on the other one.
It's harder, isn't it? But drop by Sira. They couldn't profit from this one. Handling of the goalkeeper for Indonesia and a miss kick from Rahmat Irianto.
Spilled it. Again, Siwara under pressure.
That might be playing on his mind, Russian.
Looking shaky. It's one of his own players, Pitsada, just in front of him. But still, he's not able to claim. Fortunately for him, Terasin was able to hack that one away.
Right now, Indonesia don't want this half to end. There's 9 minutes or so left. The momentum, it would appear, is with them. Still, it's all fun and games. Lots of people dressed up for the occasion. Here's Asnawi. Still going strong, Asnawi. It's a great run from him. Cross, not good enough. Tiraton. Back with Indonesia. Touch on by Witan Sulaiman. They've won the ball back here. Yuki Kambuaya. Bit of work to do here. City on one. Pratama. It's incredible. It's just coming back to Indonesia, isn't it? Putting the pressure on Thailand.
It's the opposite of the first leg. It was Thailand in the first leg who were winning all the second balls, looking to press immediately after losing it. Here it's Indonesia picking up the 50-50s, picking up those second balls, hungrier for it at the moment.
Narabadin has done really well there.
Well defended. Had to be strong. Got his body across and run out for a goal kick to Thailand.
We saw a little bit of this, didn't we, Roshan, in the first half of the semi-final second leg against Vietnam, when they came at Thailand. But they kind of held firm. They were never really panicking. This was the goal.
Yeah, it's good work. Again, from Indonesia, down the left-hand side, it was Rumakiak, then Witan Sulaiman, keeping his composure, poking it into Kambuaya. But really just had to do his best to try and get it on target, keep it low, test the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what he did. Oh, it's an important interception from Pitsada. Under pressure.
Oh, look at that. Forward and swarming. Witan Sulaiman. Oh, he can't tweet that in. Asking in vain for the corner, but look at that early in that phase.
All over Pitsada there. I mean, the first interception from Pitsada was very good and he just gets crowded out. Paui, to his credit, I thought he's going to just get left behind, but he gets himself back goal side. He's patient, he doesn't put in a silly challenge, doesn't put in a rash challenge. Good composure, let's Witan just run it out of play.
Won't get there. Back with Thailand. Put out of play by Tirasin. Frustration for the Thais. Didik. Kambuaya. Again, quick throw. They're looking to release Witan Sulaiman as fast as they can.
Pace as well with always looking to try and get in behind it, Thai defence. The earliest opportunity, but Thailand here on an attack of their own.
Here's Tiraton, as about as far up the pitch we've seen her in a while. Tirasin.
Yeah, good defending from Alfiandra. Brave defending. Did his job well. Tirasin looked to be favoured for it initially, but Alfiandra got there.
It's
contesting it, Teraton. For the head of Terasin. Well defended, good position taken up by Alfeandra. In the first leg, it just looked like nothing was going Indonesia's way in possession with the ball. Second leg, it's Thailand looking flustered, looking nervous, and that's a credit to Indonesia.
Can they keep this going in the second half? And they need goals, of course. Alfeandra waiting to come on, and he is now back on the pitch. Full complement for Indonesia. All the way back to the goalkeeper Siwadak. 4 minutes or so left in this first half. Here's Saraj. Towards Supachok. Did enough.
Just making the run in between Alfeandra and Arhan. Again, Alfeandra has done a good job defensively.
Roshan, you wanted to bring something up about the Champions League. I'm just harking back from about 10 minutes ago.
Yes, thanks for bringing that up. I just wonder what they've been watching Indonesia in the lead up to this game. You know, what sort of motivational films or matches they've been looking at. Maybe Liverpool's famous comeback against Barcelona in the Champions League. Maybe they were watching
Tottenham against Ajax Amsterdam. Another one.
sure, yeah. I was going to actually go for Mali, Angola in the 2010 Africa Cup of Nations. Angola went into a 4-0 lead, and then Mali. See the ball coming in for Rutan.
As well there, Surak. Nice and aware.
And Mali getting it back to 4-all, a space of like 11 minutes or something to that effect.
I remember Newcastle, Arsenal one year,
yeah.
where they were 4-0 as well.
None of those comebacks have been in the, I don't think, in a final.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's happened in football.
Right. So you know that phrase, we've seen this happen, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
I mean, you think about probabilities, and obviously probability is very low.
No, of course.
But it's still a chance, no matter how slim that chance is.
Now, if the
If there
equation...
never was, sorry, Shen,
No,
if there never was, then don't bother showing up.
Correct.
Right?
And that's why Shin Tae-yong has only maintained just positive note. That's all he can do. He's got to say, we can win this.
Yeah,
we can win this.
Obviously don't expect him to come on and say, no, it's all over.
Yeah.
Let's pack it in, let's go home now.
But what I mean is, he's been very emphatic.
Yeah.
We will win this, in fact. Sorry, he doesn't say we can win this. We will win this. And right now, the way the team is playing, there is strong belief in what their coach has espoused.
It starts from the coach,
Yeah.
right? If he's sending those messages publicly, it starts from him. He's coming out in these press conferences saying, we will win this. And that filters through to the players that believe, you know. And again, what they've been doing in the build-up to this one, important to maintain that belief that, okay, we're 4-0 down. But as I said, this is second leg, 90 minutes. You don't get to play in a final very often in your career.
Yeah. Listen, if there had been maybe 2 goals lead in the second half, it's still doable. 3 at the moment is what's required by Indonesia. Thailand have started to see a little bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes. Here's Narubadin. Now Saraj. Tiraton is. No foul on him, referee. Interested, he's telling Tiraton to get out.
He's made a clever run here, Tiraton, if they can find him with a throw. Unfortunately for Thailand, they don't have the long throw capacity of Pertama Arhan.
We've got 3 minutes more. That will be news to Indonesia. Here's Narupadin, who just skips past Ramai. Oh, that was almost as spectacular from Tirasin. It would have been special.
Yeah, looking for the goal that would have taken him outright top on the scoring charts in this competition. It would have been pretty special if he got to the right connection. Really good work from Narupadin. It's acceleration, away drop on the shoulder, and then a change of pace. Fantastic to watch on the ball. He carries it so well. Skips past players, can keep a hold of it. And you know, he knows how to find the final pass.
Here come Thailand now. That helps to win the ball back for Indonesia. Got about a minute and a half left in this first half. Chanatip, who's been relatively quiet in this game so far, which is a good indication of how well Indonesians are performing at the moment. He's certainly given them a real impetus, hasn't he, Pratama Arhan?
Yeah, he has. It just gives them better balance now on the left-hand side. We mentioned his defensive work, but also his contribution, I think, more in those attacking positions and his long throws with the set pieces. Obviously a key part of Indonesia's game.
Also, we've not seen much of Narupadin bombing forward as we have seen in previous matches.
Yeah, but I don't think they need him to. You know, remember, we saw this from Thailand against Vietnam in the second leg, where the positioning was a lot more disciplined. You know, because they were hanging on to a lead. They don't need to open up, and they don't need to have their fullbacks getting forward, hugging the touchline, exposing themselves in those central positions.
And then leaving space in behind.
Yeah, so, you know, you have to understand the situation and see, okay, the positions are a bit more conservative, but the reason behind that is, you know, you've got this lead. So, for all that we said about Indonesia here, it's still only 1-0. Thailand have got 3 goals.
Yeah, big cushion still. Last few seconds of the first half. Here comes Narupadin. The referee calls time on a breathtaking first half of football here, in which Indonesia have been magnificent.
They've been great. Great to watch, wonderful entertainment. Indonesia full of hunger and desire, playing with a fantastic intensity and tempo, scoring their early goal, which I think would have given their fans and themselves a lot of hope. Ideally, would have wanted a second going into this halftime break, but look, can regroup in the halftime break, catch their breath, and come out, hopefully rejuvenated for the second 45 to give us all the grand finale.
And who will lift that trophy? Will it be the Reds or the Blues? Right now, Indonesia in a huddle. Asnawi talking with them fervently. They will still have that belief. They're a quarter of the way there if you're looking at a mission of 4 goals. Ricky Kambuaya has given them that hope in the 7th minute with a large slice of luck thanks to the mistake from Siwarak in that tie goal, but they will most gladly take it. And the halftime score here at the National Stadium in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 second leg final, it's Indonesia 1, Thailand 0.